In the movie Forest Gump, Gump meets Jennie, a young woman who would go on to shape and mold Forrest's motivations throughout the first and second half of the film. Jennie had a rough upbringing. Her mother died when she was 5, and her father, although present, is rumored to have abused her both sexually and physically. Jennie was first met Forrest on a school bus after Forrest was rejected by every child while attempting to take a seat. Jennie was the only one to offer him a seat next to her. Just this action alone offered Forrest a tiny morsel of acceptance from a peer. Since Forrest was a special needs child, children would often bully Forrest. Jennie would encourage Forrest to run. All that running would play a role in building who Forrest is as a man. After receiving her fair share of abuse, Jennie would run away from home. But she would never forget Forrest. Consequently, Forrest would not be far away from Jennie. No matter where the two would go, the two would always be in each other's orbit. As an adult, Jennie would meet Forrest while supporting the Black Panther movement. Forrest would end up protecting Jennie from an abusive boyfriend. To protect Forrest, Jennie would encourage Forrest to go away. Besides, Jennie was not in the headspace for reunions. Neither was she capable of returning the love Forrest had. All she could do is recognize her and Forrest had a connection. It's important to know, since leaving home, Jennie developed a drug and alcohol habit to cope with her childhood trauma of being physically and sexually molested by her father. Jennie gravitated to men that, like her father, used her physically and could not attach emotionally. Forrest would show up time and time again with open arms and a smile. Jennie would accept the gesture half-heartedly, only to leave again. However, Forrest was a friend, a true friend, who could not just turn his back on Jennie. One day, Jennie shows up out of the blue. By now, Forrest was a millionaire, a veteran. He had done so well in life, he was able to share his fortune with his battle buddies. He was able to help his ailing mother. He had come so far. So Jennie shows up, sleeps at his home, makes love to Forrest, only to quickly leave again. Forrest doesn't see her for another 3 years. But then Forrest's mother dies. Forrest ventures out running to find solace. Once Forrest finishes his running, he meets Jennie once again. This time Jennie is chasing him or begging him to come to her. Jennie reveals that she named her son Little Forrest. She then explains she is dying. And since she is dying, she wishes to marry Forrest before she goes. Forrest agrees to take the child and raise that child as though the child was his own. So after hearing all this, was Forrest taken advantage of? Well, the answer is subjective. Forrest was and is a businessman, a veteran, and an influencer. If he wanted nothing to do with Jennie, there was plenty he could do to get her away from him. Even though Forrest did have developmental delays, I am sure Forrest's decision to take care of Forrest was a decision that he made with open eyes. Furthermore, Forrest adored Jennie. It will only be likely he will adore her son as well, because he would serve as a reminder of Jennie. However, Jennie did come when Forrest was at his lowest emotional point. Jennie only got out of the street or whatever she was doing when Forrest's finances and businesses became well known. Furthermore, she came with a kid that nobody is sure that that's really Forrest's kid. Plus, she married Forrest to make things tight and legal. In a way, it could be argued Jennie was trying to make sure her kid was okay before she passed. But for Forrest, it all works out. Forrest was throwing himself every which way but loose. Forrest was aimless. Having something to center himself on was good for Forrest, because he had someone to dedicate the rest of his life to. So in the end, Forrest got his woman. Jennie got her security. And I can end this video by saying, please leave a comment, your opinion, and leave your opinions in the comment section.